Okay, you guys. So what is a succubus and incubus spirit? Okay. And what does it means when people talk about having a spiritual sexual contract with one? A succubus is a feminine spirit that is associated with sexual temptation or encounters during the sleep. The incubus is traditionally the male counterpart. Now, here's where we go deeper. Okay. In spiritual traditions that believe in contracts and attachments, the idea is that the agreement doesn't necessarily mean you sat down and you consciously said, I agree to go in an agreement with this spirit. No. People may interpret repeated participation, fixation, ritual practice, intentional invocation, or repeatedly welcoming an experience as a form of spiritual consent or agreement. So what does that mean? It means if you continuously had dealt with someone that maybe carried the incubus spirit, you eventually went into an agreement or a contract with the actual spirit. But hear me clearly. One sexual dream does not automatically equate that you have a contract with the spirit. Your subconscious is powerful. So sleep paralysis, stress, hormones, memories, and unresolved sexual emotions can produce extremely vivid dreams. So when would you examine a possible lust attachment? First, look at the patterns. You repeatedly experience intrusive sexual dreams or sensations like those tingles down there, tingles in your sacral, tingles in your root chakra area. Pay attention. You feel compulsively you feel compulsively pulled towards sexual behavior that conflicts with your own values. And I was talking about this on my live, how you will feel like lust energy pull out of nowhere. It's not really your energy, right? It's not really your intentions. Okay. You can even have an obsessive attachment to a particular person that you struggle to release. Or you previously participated in spiritual practices where you intentionally invited sexual entities, energies, or agreement into your practice. That is when I would say now it's time to examine what you have been consenting to spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And if your belief system tells an agreement was created, breaking it doesn't require you to negotiate with some mysterious spirit. No, you can withdraw the consent by saying, I revoke every agreement, attachment, invitation, and permission that violates my spiritual values and sovereignty. I no longer participate in this agreement. Then you want to change the behavior that kept you reinforcing it. So no going back to the X for the sneaky link, okay? Because you cannot verbally cancel something on a Monday and keep feeding the exact same pattern from Tuesday and to Sunday. You can't do that, okay? So that's where people miss it at. Breaking an agreement means you have to break the agreement in your behavior too. You have to break away from this person or this energy. Clean up your sexual boundaries. Stop entertaining relationships that keep you trapped in obsession. And stop intentionally evoking things that you don't understand. You want to address compulsive sexual behavior at a human level. And if nighttime experience involve being paralyzed, right? Feeling paralyzed, hallucination, chronic sleep disorder, you want to investigate that on a medical side as well, too. Now, spiritual authority isn't being terrified that something has access to you. No, that's not spiritual authority. It is understanding consent, boundaries, discipline, and discernment. That's real, true spiritual authority. Because whether the battle is spiritual, emotional, subconscious, or a mixture of all three, anything you stop agreeing with, you also have to stop feeding it. Now, I have a beautiful prayer to pray. I have a huge prayer PDF list on my website. You can grab this prayer to fight off certain energies. If you're experiencing this, if you want to go deeper into closing out the contract or doing contract cancellation work, you can do an advanced soul decoding and contract cancellation on my website. And let's break these strongholds. Let's break these soul ties. Let's break these contracts. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next time. Link is in the bio. Peace.